Good morning, everybody. It's March 9th in the morning here, must be about 5:30. This is Destiny here, and we're milking her. She's not due to calve until the 14th, and she hasn't calved yet. But the last 2 days, she's been just leaking milk all over constantly. So we're actually starting to milk her now, and we've done that before occasionally. Because if they start doing that, leaking milk like that all the time, before they calve, it can cause trouble with their teat ends are open all the time, so they can get infection in there, get mastitis, and it just makes a big mess when they're in the barn. It's constantly wet underneath them, which isn't good. And the times we've done it before, we haven't noticed anything bad. And another reason that we do it is we can get that colostrum and we can save it for the calf, because if she keeps leaking, all that'll be gone. So when she does calf, then you won't have any colostrum from her for the calf, which we do have frozen stuff in the house we could use, but we like to get the colostrum from the calf's mother if possible. So that's why we're milking her now. And now that we've started milking her, we'll just keep milking her right through till she calves, because it's only a few days until she's due to calf. So we'll just keep milking her, and in a few days we'll test her milk, make sure it's good, and she'll go right in the line. But we'll just keep that colostrum then for her calf. Okay, we got her bedded there. You've probably seen, first I put down some just plain barn lime. What that does is that will dry up the moisture. It helps prevent any bacteria growth underneath her. And it also provides traction. We use that under any cows that are wet. Also on the walkway, so they're not slipping and falling. And then I did put a little bit of pine shavings underneath her. Now, you've probably seen that the cows don't have any bedding right now. They all have rubber mats under them, so they're not on just concrete, but normally in the wintertime, all the cows get bedding. This winter, if you've seen our previous Manure Wars videos, with our manure pump being plugged, and with the new pump that I have temporarily in there now, it's basically just for pumping liquidy manure, so I can't have much bedding. So their bedding is used pretty limited, but I do try to bed the fresh cows or cows that are getting close, some, just to give them a little more comfort. I can handle a little bit if I got enough water. So, and normally this year we're using pine shavings just because we didn't have any straw of our own, and straw was kind of high priced. I got a pretty good deal on the shavings, although they say that might be what plugged my manure pump, so maybe it wasn't such a good deal. But next year we'll probably be using the chopped straw again. That works the best with the pump. And I still don't bed extremely heavy, because even with the pump, the regular pump that we have, it can't handle a lot of that. But they do in the wintertime usually have bedding. And she'll be going outside still. The weather is supposed to be nice, around 40 degrees. And they've got a nice bedding pack out there in the field. I do prefer them to calf outside if the weather's cooperating and it's not super muddy or anything. They just got more room. It's easier to get at them if you need to help them. If something would happen where you'd have to have a vet out, or even if you have to IV them or something for milk fever, you just got a lot more room to work, a lot more open out there if the weather's nice. If it's not, this works well too. But that's what I said. That's why I don't bed a lot. But got her a little bit there, so she should be comfortable now. She got some hay and silage again, and later on we'll let her out. But just kind of wanted to explain why I was milking her. She hadn't calved yet. Like I said, we don't always do that, but in certain cases, I think it's better. All right, today we got a tree we're going to trim here. We're getting some satellite, or like a radio type internet service, and there's some branches on this tree that are in the way. So we're going to trim that off, and the kind of ladder setup situation we got here looks like something that should be captured on video. So my brother Matt's here helping, so we're gonna try to get this trimmed off. Make sure you don't cut the branch that's holding the ladder. Perfect. All right, I just came in the barn to let the cows out for the day, and Destiny here, the one we were milking before she calved, had a couple feet sticking out. When she stood back up, they went in, but so she's starting to calve. I was going to kick her outside because it's pretty nice out today, but we've had a lot of snow melt recently and get a lot of holes out there full of water. Sometimes when cows are going to calf, they tend to go towards low spots and water. So I figured it might be better to keep her in here. Got her bedded down good here, and Jen's going to keep an eye on her. So we'll get some video of her having a calf, and hopefully that all goes well. But that's why I wanted to let you know that why she's still in the barn. I know I mentioned previously that we like to have them outside, but like I said, I don't want her to get out on the ice or something and have trouble that way. So I felt it was better to have her in here.
Now, it's really important, like I said, that we don't rush the calving. We really like them to calve naturally, if at all possible. I'm sorry about my voice. I lost it earlier today. So we try to let them have as much time as safe to leave them go and try and calve naturally. A lot of times, if people jump in there too soon with chains or twine, it cause more harm than good. So you're like I said, she hasn't had. We've already checked the calf is presenting normally. She has calved before, so we'll give her a half hour to have the calf on her own before we would have to go in there and try and help her out. If she was a heifer, we would wait about an hour, and that's all after the feet first come out. As soon as we see feet, that's when that time clock starts. So this is where I'm at with Destiny right now. It's been a half hour since we first saw feet. She's not progressing any farther than basically that one hoof coming out and the second one kind of coming out and then going right back in. So the thing that I'm going to do first is I will put some OB gloves on and just kind of check what's going on in there. And I might help pull a little bit. I'm not going to break out the chains just yet, but maybe just a little steady pressure from me pulling without the chains first to see if that kind of helps get this calf moving. If not, and we have to get the chains out, then I will also get Alan to help, because it's going to be kind of a time constraint issue there at that point if we have to get chains on the calf. So that's where we're at right now. The calf is right there, but it keeps pulling its legs back in. It's probably a bull calf. They're stubborn. Look at you. He's strong. It's strong. Let's hope it's a girl. Positive thinking.
Chain or something? Nose there?
No, it's everything's right there. She's just not getting anywhere with it. You text me at 11:43. This thing's strong. It keeps pulling its legs back in.
I might as well grab the calving chains so we got something to grab.
It's just not trying to pull it back in. Ugh. Strong cat. Come on, baby.
I'm gonna shake out a little bit of that hay behind her so that calf is not so full of sawdust.
Are those bottles of colostrum still in the milk house?
Yeah, I had them outside this morning for a while so they didn't get too hot.
And Car, do you want to put some hot water in that your bucket and stick it?
Yeah, they're just sitting on the floor. You just put one of them in. Just make it a little bit better at least. She won't be licking off sawdust.
Come on. Pull it right back in.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, I got this one.
This is the wall. Short one, we have to do two.
Thank you guys. Okay.
Come on, Mama.
I'm gonna have to go down now.
Nose up there.
Yeah, it's just stuck in a little fold.
Connor, can you grab one of these hands?
Oh, look at that.
Clear. Come on now. Come on, Carl, you gotta help. There we go.
That was close. I've never seen that happen. Okay, come on.
Go down. I got your pants.
Well, she got me a good one.
Oh, you sound like here.
It's a bull calf.
Oh, he's big.
Good job. The big bull calf.
Sit up.
So we'll get him tied up so he can't run away, and then just leave her and let her clean him up. Just came back down to check on Destiny and her new bull calf. She's got him all cleaned off. We had run to town, so Connor went and fed him a bottle of colostrum that we had saved from when we first started milking her. We tested her milk today. Her milk is good to go in the tank, so we'll go from there. We saved 2 bottles of colostrum from her, so he will get another bottle of her colostrum tonight if he's willing to eat that, hopefully. A little side note there with the previous shot of the projectile poo that hit Connor. His face was spared. His jacket and his pants, not so much.